Maybe Kevin Durant threw away a few of his Nets shirts a little too quickly.
I don't understand. I don't understand any of this.
I really don't. I really don't. Why make such a stink over this? If you were going to sit down with them in a month's time and go, yeah, I'm okay. I'll stay. It makes no sense. So he's staying with the Nets was the announcement. That after he sits down with Sean Marks and Steve Nash and team ownership and says, all right, we'll ride this out.
Man, first of all, let's just say that I don't think Steve Nash cares at all. If you look through this whole, think about this. Anytime your star player is mad, upset, doing all these things, you usually hear from a coach. Either I've been on the wrong wavelength, but I ain't heard shit from Steve Nash.
Oh, no.
Like, he don't give a shit, man. He shouldn't even be the coach of the Nets, to be honest with you, because he got that job. He wasn't really prepared for it. To me, a coach has to be upfront and center, so, to let the players know, hey, I care. I want you on my team or something. But I know he probably says, okay, fuck it. Do what you want to do. I'm just going to coach.
Two things here. It goes back to one of the things I said a while back. One, power. Let me see if I can exercise it. And let me see if I can get what I want by exercising. He wanted that LeBron James power. Even though LeBron is never asked out, we know what kind of power LeBron James has and he wills because we've seen it before. Number two, you got to look at it from the standpoint of give and take. Okay, your value is so high that a team is going to want to get everything they possibly can back from somebody else, which then leaves you going somewhere else, and that team is depleted.
Kevin Durant don't know who's sitting out there with like, yo, what free agent? Because you know what? I'm going to go and play in Brooklyn. I'm going to go play with them to try to win a championship. I think he hurt himself, and him and Kyrie hurt themselves by doing this and causing this commotion. Now, there's no player out there that's going, that's probably available still that's going to step up to the plate and say, hey, I can make you guys better.
You guys think Steve Nash is still the coach of the Nets by the end of the season?
If they losing, he out of there. If they win, he'll stick around.
He gonna find a way to try to get Steve up out of it. If I can't flex my
wasn't that
muscle,
one? And that wasn't one of his sticking points. He wanted Steve out.
Right.
He wanted Steve and Sean out.
Right. But he's not. That's
I don't think Sean's going anywhere. But Steve
I don't think Sean's going anywhere. But
yeah.
Steve,
yeah.
And I think a lot of times too, guys like this don't know what they want. They just know they want different. Just get him out of here. We'll figure it out later. It's like
he wants the power to be able to execute things when he says he wants them executed. It's the power of the superstar. He wants LeBron James powers.
Okay, well, you don't have them.
You're right.
I want to know when did the players start having the power? You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
I know it went in 92, 94, 95.
It was probably the early 2000s.
No, didn't Jordan start that?
I don't think so, because Jordan was like, he came in and said, I need pieces. That's what he said. And
wasn't it? You know what? I'm going to trace it back to the decision. Because when LeBron got on television, it became all about where LeBron wants to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then he put together Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and this little thing in Miami. It became, well, shit. If I got a couple guys on my side and I'm a star player and I can get a franchise behind me, I could put together a little team on my own and fuck the GM. I'll do whatever the hell I want. And I think that was, for me, really where I started to see that snowball turn to the players being the ones who had the pull because he made that decision.
Well, before then, on a smaller scale, I think it started before. And Big Shot, you can attest to this. Kobe, when he wanted out, the rumors of him wanting to be done with the Lakers. And what did the Lakers do? They went out and got Pau Gasol. And what did the Lakers do after that? They went on to go to back-to-back finals, really, and winning. You can go further. I know LeBron is the bigger thing, but Kobe, like having that power to go on air and say, you know what? Yeah, I want out. Because he went on air and said that.
Well, it's a lot of guys that, have said that. I think it probably even started with Steve Francis. Francis, when he didn't want to go, got drafted number one, didn't go. What's he want to go? Toronto or somewhere? He's like, oh no, I ain't going there. Trade me. But it's been like that. But now it's gotten to a point where the players are, it's different than players saying, oh, I want out, than players going into that GM spot and saying, hey, get this guy, that guy, and that guy.
Pulling the strings.
There's a difference saying I won't play with him and him and him, and the guy saying, get me better players. Do your job as a GM. It's not my job. I play. But now guys want to play and bring in players.
And be GMs. Yeah. And go recruit all their buddies. And here's who I want to play with. And then they go have their own little private meetings at restaurants and bars and shit. And it's
I really do think like the Players League, when it's like out moving away from like the team aspect of it and moving to a specific player, I really think that started with Jordan, like on a new level with Jordan, because it became, this is Mike's league.